Here's today's In Touch devotion.
Today's scripture reading begins in verse 1 of Genesis chapter 37. Now Jacob lived in the land where his father had lived as a stranger, in the land of Canaan. These are the records of the generations of Jacob. Joseph, when he was 17 years of age, was pasturing the flock with his brothers, while he was still a youth, along with the sons of Bilhah and the sons of Zilpah, his father's wives. And Joseph brought back a bad report about them to their father. Now Israel loved Joseph more than all his other sons, because he was the son of his old age, and he made him a multicolored tunic. And his brothers saw that their father loved him more than all his brothers, and so they hated him and could not speak to him on friendly terms. Then Joseph had a dream, and when he told it to his brothers, they hated him even more. He said to them, "Please listen to this dream which I have had. For behold, we were binding sheaves in the field, and behold, my sheaf stood up, and also remained standing. And behold, your sheaves gathered around and bowed down to my sheaf." Then his brothers said to him, "Are you actually going to reign over us? Or are you really going to rule over us?" So they hated him even more for his dreams and for his words. Then he had yet another dream, and informed his brothers of it, and said, "Behold, I have had yet another dream. And behold, the sun and the moon and 11 stars were bowing down to me." He also told it to his father, as well as to his brothers. And his father rebuked him and said to him, "What is this dream that you have had? Am I and your mother and your brothers actually going to come to bow down to the ground before you?" And his brothers were jealous of him, but his father kept the matter in mind. Then his brothers went to pasture their father's flock in Shechem. And Israel said to Joseph, "Are your brothers not pasturing the flock in Shechem? Come, and I will send you to them." And he said to him, "I will go." Then he said to him, "Go now, and see about the welfare of your brothers, and the welfare of the flock, and bring word back to me." So he sent him from the valley of Hebron, and he came to Shechem. A man found him, and behold, he was wandering in the field. And the man asked him, "What are you looking for?" He said, "I am looking for my brothers. Please tell me where they are pasturing the flock." Then the man said, "They have moved from here, for I heard them say, 'Let's go to Dothan.'" So Joseph went after his brothers and found them at Dothan.
Dr. Stanley says, Joseph is one of my favorite Bible characters. I mention him often because there's so much to learn from his life. Today's scripture passage is a good example, as it reveals two of his traits that we should emulate. One, he demonstrated a servant spirit early in life. Genesis chapter 37 describes the things that took place when Joseph was around 17 years old. In every exchange, the young man embodied respect and discipline. He never rebelled against those in authority over him. In fact, he continually went out of his way to serve others. And two, Joseph realized God was controlling his life. How else can you explain his relentless pursuit of excellence in every trial? No matter what happened to him, Joseph always remembered the divine visions he'd been given in his teen years. He believed there was a plan for his life and felt convinced that somehow, sometime, God would reveal what it was. Whether you're 17 or 77, the lessons of Joseph's life are valuable. It's important for those around you and for yourself to always be learning the art of service and to recognize that God's plan is perfect. It's also important to always help someone else discover these things.